From Cave Paintings to Emoji. A History of Human Communication. A rattlesnake shakes its tail at a hiker. A squirrel chirps a warning about a hawk. A librarian calls to say your book has arrived. What do all these events have in common? They are all examples of communication, but only one involves human communication. Communication is at the center of everything humans do. It is complex and ever-changing. It gave us the ability to build cities, roads, airports, and factories. It got us to the moon. All of human history is a story of communication. Human communication timeline. You'll want to pause the video here and take a look at this timeline. Ancient communication. The word communication comes from a Latin word meaning to share. When we communicate, we share a message. We express ideas, dreams, and plans. Just like modern humans, ancient people had much to share. Some of their messages have lasted thousands of years. People began painting walls of a cave in France more than 20,000 years ago. The colorful illustrations show arcs, a type of bull, deer, and horses. These animals were important to the survival of ancient humans. The message of these paintings, however, remain a mystery. Ancient people all over the world communicated with petroglyphs. Petroglyphs are stone carvings. They occur across the U.S. Southwest. One rock in Utah holds as many messages that settlers called it newspaper rock. Long-distance communication. But how do you get an urgent message to someone far away? Ancient people everywhere used smoke and fire. At night, one could send a message by waving a burning torch. People also sent signals by placing damp grass over a burning fire to control the release of smoke. Along the Great Wall of China, soldiers could send a smoke message nearly 500 miles in just a few hours. The invention of writing. Communication moved on from cave paintings and smoke signals to something we're more familiar with. Writing began as pictures. Early writing looked similar to the cave paintings and pictographs that came before it. But there was one big difference. The pictures represented words. To communicate fish, ancient people drew a fish. For water, they drew wavy lines. The symbols we call pictographs. Busy people wanted something simpler. Those shapes became symbols. Those symbols became the first kind of writing. Holy carvings. Ancient Egyptians used a system of pictographs called hieroglyphics, the word meaning holy carvings in Greek. Scholars could not read Egyptian hieroglyphics until a French soldier discovered the Rosetta Stone in 1799. It included a message written in both the Greek alphabet and the Egyptian hieroglyphics that allowed scholars to unlock the mysteries of the ancient Egyptian system of writing. Inventing an alphabet. Pictographs take a long time to write. About 3,100 years ago, the Phoenicians introduced a simpler idea. Instead of writing symbols that represented things, they used an alphabet. In an alphabet, letters represented the sounds of speech. The Phoenician alphabet had 22 letters and no vowels, so the Phoenicians were able to write more quickly. The Phoenicians sailed far and wide to trade with distant lands. As they traveled, their alphabet caught on with many new people. Many modern alphabets evolved from the original Phoenician one, including all the alphabets used in Western Europe. The printing press. A great leap forward in human communication happened in the 15th century. Johannes Gutenberg of Germany introduced the printing press. It used movable type. The printing press brought the first real books into the world. Soon, more and more people wanted to read books. Literacy rates rose quickly. Within 100 years after Gutenberg's invention, more than half of all the adults in Europe could read and write. European printers made many improvements to the printing press. They began printing newspapers in the mid-1600s. The telegraph. Until the 1800s, human communication was limited by distance. That changed in 1838 when Samuel Morse introduced the electric telegraph. This device sent messages in Morse code, which used dots and dashes. The telegraph gave people the ability to communicate directly over thousands of miles. The telephone. The telegraph improved human communication, but it relied on Morse code. Few people knew the code. The telephone turned speech itself into an electronic signal. Suddenly, two people could hold an actual conversation with no regard for distance. The typewriter. The first typewriters were supposed to help secretaries do their work faster, but they were big and clunky. If anything, typewriters slowed most secretaries down. In time, typewriter design improved. The 1920s saw the first electric typewriters. They sped things up considerably. In 1946, a woman typed 216 words in 1 minute on an IBM electric typewriter. Radio and television. Two of the most important inventions in the history of human communication work by way of invincible waves. We call them radio waves. Radio waves are like light waves and move just as fast. Radio came first. No one person invented it. Many people played a part. One of those was an Italian named Guglielmo Marconi. In 1901, he sent a radio signal from England to Canada. Radio became a popular medium. By the 1930s, most homes in the United States had a radio. The radio kept nearly everyone informed and entertained. Television technology appeared as early as the 1920s. The 1936 Olympic Games were the first event ever broadcast on television. By the 1950s, television technology had improved more, and more televisions found their way into people's homes. Computers and the Internet. The earliest computers were gigantic. One weighed over 1,000 pounds. When tiny transistors placed big vacuum tubes in the 1950s, computers began to shrink. The microchip helped computers shrink even more. The first microchip appeared in 1958. 20 years later, computers had grown small enough and smart enough to be useful to an ordinary person. A World Wide Web. The first version of the World Wide Web was ARPANET, which stood for Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. ARPANET was a communication network designed to connect researchers working for the U.S. Department of Defense. Only a few people were online when it first appeared. By the late 1980s, ARPANET was becoming an internet. A British computer scientist invented HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. Internet connected computers using HTML to communicate with each other. Smartphones. Mobile phones first appeared in the mid-1970s. They did not become widely used until the 1990s. Mobile phones use networks connected to communications satellites orbiting the Earth. Steve Jobs introduced the Apple iPhone to the world in 2007. The smartphone revolution had begun. The average modern smartphone has more processing capacity than the computers used to land humans on the moon. Express yourself. Emoji represent a recent development in human communication. In 1999, the first emoji was created. The word emoji is Japanese for picture character. Emoji have root in emoticons and smileys. An emoticon or a smiley is a way of showing a facial expression using keyboard symbols. Today, two people can communicate using only emoji. However, emoji are not acceptable in formal writing and other schoolwork. Consider the similarities between emoji and the first type of writing, pictographs. How do you think human communication might change in the future? This brings us to the end of From Cave Paintings to Emoji. For time's sake, I did not read any of the captions, charts, or graphs. Please go back and read those on your own.